Commissioner, enhancing tax education and bringing it closer to the taxpayers. Many Ugandans have questions about the taxes they pay to URA.
When we come at revenue, they tell us to clear chitenge at 10,000. And when we are selling chitenge, we sell it at 17. So we don't know whether we are working or not.
Understanding your tax obligations can help you grow your business and avoid unnecessary losses. Now, you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, every story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotellaconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Good morning and thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to Good Morning Uganda Extra. I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonyintono. Now, so much happened over the weekend, and one of the highlights was the Kabaka of Uganda making 70 years. He's 70 years younger. Now, in that realm, omutaka akwire ekika ky'engonge yalonze Katikkiro omujja omukulu Ashe Kitandwe. Now the Ngonge clan, the leader of the Ngonge clan, appointed omukulu Kisoro, appointed Ashe Kitandwe as the new Katikkiro of that clan, one of the clans in Uganda. Asheshitwande is a regular panelist here on UBC TV when we are discussing more so issues relating to labor externalization, but he is also the president-elect of the Rotary Club of Lunguja. We wish you all the best as you serve the king's subject as the Katikiro of the Ngonge clan. Now, away from that, wishing him the very best in his term, we now focus at today's topic, where we are looking at engaging men in prevention of gender-based violence. For a long time, issues regarding gender-based violence have been looked at as issues of women, and for a very long time we've seen women trying to push for the space here and there. They're the ones over the radios, they're the ones over the TV, social media, talking about it is our right, we need justice, we need this. But now I want to look at the role of men in the prevention of gender-based violence. And with me, I have a man. And this is Titus Asimwe, who is a lawyer and a program manager at the Women Pro Bono Initiative. You're most welcome, Titus.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chirabo. Yes, my name is Titus Asimwe. I'm very happy to be here today on the set. I work with the Women's Pro Bono Initiative. We are located in Ntinda, a group of lawyers with a mission to eliminate all forms of discrimination against women and girls. So we do that through representation. We represent women in court. We do that through strategic litigation. We get cases that affect many women and go to court to go seek court redress and pronunciation on certain matters. We do knowledge sharing and research. We have a number of publications on our website. If you do visit it, you'll read so many things that affect women and what ought to be done. So we also go to communities and do awareness. So I'm here as a man to speak on GBV, and I'm glad that I have also a male host to discuss what's our role, what do we have to do. Is it a women, girls kind of thing? Not. So yeah, happy to be here. Thank you for being here with us.
I'm going to ask you a tricky question. What drove you? Was it because, of course, it is a job? Was it passion? That you're among the men I see talk about gender-based violence?
Being a lawyer, I really have options out there to go and do private practice or get a government job, be any other thing. This work, it shouldn't, if you are living in our communities, it should be everyone's responsibility. But also, apart from being everyone's responsibility, for you to take a step and now come to the forefront of this, it must be passion. So I'm passionate about this. My mother took care of me. I saw her struggles. I have sisters. I have colleagues I've grown up with. I live in a community, so some of these things are very evident to me. So I don't have to look any other way to understand what is at stake for me. So I chose this because it's the best way I receive fulfillment as a person, but also contribute to the well-being of humanity and everyone. Yeah.
Now, when you talk about gender-based violence, in a simple man's understanding, help us know what exactly are we referring to? Because the moment there is gender, now there is violence and gender-based. Help my colleague, our viewer there watching.
Yeah, in very
better understand.
Thank you. In very, very simple terms, I want to explain to you what GBV is, gender-based violence. It is violence meted on someone because of their gender. So things done to a woman because she's a woman, things done to a girl because she's a girl. For example, if today, if you, Mr. Chirabo, left here at around midnight and you're moving out and find a group of men, like 3 men standing, your worries would be, are they going to steal away my phone? or are they going to beat me up? You understand? But if you look at them, you can engage them. You look at them, you you just move past them. Now, to a woman, if a woman is moving out of this studio at the night and they see men out there, theirs is different. It's not only about stealing their phone or beating them up. It's rape, it is assault, it's many things. It's losing yourself forever in many ways. So a lot is at stake. So gender-based violence is violences that are meant to people because of their gender. And in Uganda, the statistics show that this is mostly on women. The 2023 police report showed that domestic violence-related cases against women were about 10,000. Men, it was 3,000. So a difference of about 7,000. Yeah, so you can see when we are discussing the things, we always hear people say, even us men, we shall reach that part where do men come in when we are discussing GBV. But statistics show that it is women. Tune in this radio, this TV station or radio stations anywhere, you will hear on the news, she has been beaten, she has been hacked, she has been raped, she has been defiled. But who? Women. Who is doing this? Not all men. Not all men. So some of the violations that come in when we're discussing GBV, like we said, domestic related violences. What are these? Men upholding money that is meant, women go work and men take their money and decide to go and drink, and a woman can't do anything about it. What are they doing? They are stopping them from, we still have people in this day and age who are stopping their women from going to work, or who are using children to do what? To hurt women. You say, if you don't do what I want, I won't pay school fees. Such kind of related violence. We have land-related violences. Women, you know, when a woman gets married, where you've come from, they will tell you that you've gone. The other one is now your home. You no longer belong here. So when they're distributing their inheritances, you're not part of it. You see, this is what's happening in our villages, in our communities. Now, where you've come here, if your husband dies or if there is anything, they're also telling you, go back. You're not part of this home. The person who brought here is no more. So you find women up there, nowhere to go. You are neither here or there. So that's land-related issues, violence.
So now we are looking at the various forms of violence.
Various forms of violences. So you always watch TV and you see the news. You see these women, this one, she has been thrown out. Where are the men? Because it's targeting women, because you know that she will not go out and seek justice, because still justice is expensive for them because of economic related muscle. Yeah, so other forms of violence, sex related violence, that we call it sexual violences, rape. People, we still have people who do not understand consent, that no means no. Men out there, people don't know what no is, that no is actually no. People still have ideas that if a woman says no, they mean yes, but you know, they are just afraid of telling you, so they push their way. No means no to all men out there, so they still rape. We receive rape cases in our offices. I've looked at men and you see, when you're discussing these things, you think we're talking about people in communities or people who are out there in upcountry districts. But in the city, men who have gone to school, men who are PhD holders, and they are still do not understand the concept of consent. So rape, defilement, our girls are still being violated. Anyone below 18 years, if you interact with them in a sexual manner, you violated their rights. You ought to be in prison. We have now, of late, we have online related violences. People are sharing intimate pictures. I have a right to do anything in my bedroom. But for you, if you ever have access to it, you have no right to go out there and spread it. So what men do, they get these photos and I will share them or extract money, use it to solicit money and do all the things, or go to they go online and threaten, do weird things, body shame and all these kind of related cases. Sexual harassment at workplaces. We still have people who do not understand boundaries. Yeah, the interns in our offices, our colleagues in our offices, throwing around words that are unwelcome, and these things make, if someone keeps doing it, become uncomfortable. So the workplace becomes really a place where you worry when coming to work. So many. Electoral violence, we are going into an electoral period. Our statistics still show that about 11% of women are told who to vote. Like you go home and tell your wife, for us here, we vote for so and so. And actually follow up, who did you vote? So she can't express the choice, she can't express her choice or come out and say, for me, this is the person I want.
If I'm supporting candidate A and we have a poster in the house,
hey,
you don't come with a poster of
you
candidate
don't
B that
come,
you also
you don't. Yeah, and this should not be, political affiliation should not be something that we collectively decide that we are going to vote. People have preferences. Because very much people get married or stay together, they don't lose autonomy. There's that bit of you remain yourself. You're married, yes, but preferences are still there. You still have a voice, still have a choice. Not that everything you love and like will just decide to follow. Yes, maybe you can't convince me in this electoral period.
We became
sit
one.
down.
Why should we be divided?
Well, that's not being divided. That's actually the best thing is we are different but trying to be one. So if you want us to vote the same person, convince me. Bring out your strong points. You cannot talk to your fellow adult and tell them what to do and dictate. I'm a man, so here we are voting X, and I have no more questions. That's wrong. That's violence.
Now, having given us the different forms of gender-based violence, the various violations, I want us to, first of all, understand what does the law say, if at all we have laws that are sufficient enough. Good, I'm having a lawyer in the house this morning. So, because everything, the law plays a very big picture, either to deter or actually to create a fertile ground for the violation.
Great. The law is clear in many ways about violations. There are gaps yet, we shall get there, but our constitution is straightforward about gender equality. It comes out and says there shouldn't be discrimination on basis of gender. So we are equal. The law looks at us as equal parties. We are equal before the law according to the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. So, and this equality in all forms, at school, workplaces, in homes, we are equal. So I think that's the biggest principle that we get from the Constitution of equality of parties and all people, regardless of their gender, their sex, their affiliations, and everything. But also the Constitution has gone ahead and stated that women, because of their maternal functions, there are other things that have been attributed, there are certain other rights that have been attributed to them because of the maternal function. That's why when we are giving up out to leave days, for man, it's our law employment act says 4 days, and women it's about 60 days. It's not that, that's not discrimination. That is affirmative action, because you don't have a fetus, you don't push for this baby, you don't have these fractures and what. There's that healing process, so that maternal function. Yeah, so the law, the Constitution brings out that. But other laws, we have the Penal Code that brings out offences of defilement. Anyone aged below the age of 18. If you have sexual interactions with them, you are capable for defilement. We have rape, we have rape and many other things, but we also have the trafficking, the Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Act, which is clear on trafficking cases. Trafficking is moving one person to another with an intention to violate them, or use them for things that they have not agreed upon. So if I picked you, Chirabo, from Kabera Maido, brought you to Uganda, promised you 700,000 per month, then you reach here, then I'm telling you to mop the whole floor, like the entire home, then I start paying you 50,000. Then you ask to leave, then I say you cannot leave. You've started trafficking. You're a trafficker. Then, so this law also targets domestic the trafficking here. You know, we have our maids, we have the domestic workers, which people really call maids. Domestic workers, these people are working in our homes.
Yes.
They are workers. We don't give them contracts. When they eat our food, maybe make mistakes, you chop their money, so you're violating them, only that they don't know what to do. We have laws against FGM, genital mutilation, because of its adverse effects on a woman. The law has come out clear on that as well, and many other laws. Domestic Violence Act, that came in place to protect the relationships in
so
homes.
As far as laws are concerned, we are not lacking.
We not necessarily there are bits to cover up.
Okay, but first to begin with, that you have the legal.
There's a bit of sufficient.
Because as you are narrating one by one of these laws, you would see that they're addressing almost every area. Now, that's why I want to ask, with such laws in place, how come we see that gender-based violence cases continue to be registered at police in huge numbers? How come we continue to see victims of gender-based violence? Day by day, the media, you find a lady who has lost an arm because of gender-based violence. Recently, there came in this issue of DNA. It has also brought problems to the ladies as well, because many of them, after the truth coming out that this child does not belong to the man, I must be very honest, not many walk away in a peaceful manner. Yes, we would say there is a bit of betrayal, but we want to go into that. We want to look at the way you react to this news. Many men have beaten these women. Many have totally, it is disaster. That's that some of these cases do not come to the media. Recently, we have a lady in court, you know, allegedly murdering the child because of fear. So why do we continue having this despite such very many laws?
Yeah, why do we continue having these cases? I will begin with men taking women, taking their children to for DNA, then after finding out, being furious and all that. You know, women have taken care of men's children for long, isn't it? We have grown in the hands of women that never gave birth to us. Men produce and bring home. And
at least the women know that these are not our children.
They are not
so they stomach that knowing.
Yeah,
but for the man,
they have no choice.
Think this is your child.
They have no choice. They have no choice because
I think also for the men, I would be comfortable if someone told me I have a son, I have a daughter. Yes, if I'm willing to take you in with your baggage, it is okay. If you're willing to come into my life with my baggage, it is okay.
With the baggage. So I get it, but now the problem is you need to look at it beyond what meets the eye.
Yes.
You get? Women going out there and having children out and maybe keeping quiet. I know we shall get to those parts of your sexual reproductive health. There are issues that are not what we see happening here, but we shall get that. I will get to the point of why do we still have this. Our cultures, I don't know where you come from, but our cultures still, most of them still look at women as below the men. Men are up there. So that cultural reinforcement of toxic masculinity, where a man is some person who says, comes home and speaks and everyone runs, treats a woman as one of his children. You say you are addressing a family and addressing your wife and the children at once. You get. So certain cultures have reinforced this. So it's hard. The laws can be there.
So we mistake fear for respect.
Yeah.
Most African men
want to be feared
instead of being respected, which is earned due to your behavior and how you conduct yourself.
You get. Respect should be earned. Respect should not be something you call, you enforce onto people. So our cultures, you know, you are in a home, and when you're leaving, your son becomes like the next, in command, and your son starts speaking to the mother as if they are now the head of the family, because they were told that the head of a family should be a man. Yes, we have these have also been taken to schools. Who is the head of our home? A father.
And that is it.
We have children-headed homes. We have women-headed homes. So who
that
heads
is an
those
abnormality.
Homes? That's not an abnormality. It's a reality that's happening. You get.
Because,
you come here.
When you talk about reality, it is true.
Yeah,
you have very many homes where they're headed by single mothers. You have many homes where you have the fathers, but actually the mothers are the breadwinners, sole breadwinners. Reality is okay, and I accept. You know, sometimes where culture, like you said, culture is one of the areas.
And let me tell you something about culture. Culture, norms and values that at a given time people sat together and decided this is how we are going to live. And over time it was practiced. So with time, this moves. Culture is not stationary. Things change. Yeah, things change. What the Muganda of 18,000 is not the Muganda of today. You get. Currently, women are working. They are empowered. Men have to learn to live with empowered women. You know, you want half of the money, but you don't want to do domestic work. What problem do you have?
Brother, let me first.
Yes, so let me and let me get back to the law. The law is supposed to address realities, not beliefs and aspirations and things that happened years and years. Law is not supposed to hold values that worked many years. The law is supposed to, that's why we amend, we keep amending, we keep bringing in laws, because they are supposed to address realities of the time, the current time. If here, down there at UBC, people are stealing and doing this, you may put a law that says you cannot pass here with a bag, leave bags there, because a law comes to address a reality of now. So culture.
But I'm also told, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm also told that laws must be in tandem.
With what?
With the culture values.
With aspirations of people. With aspiration of people, not now the people of the people of today, not the dead. The law is not for the people who lived 100 years in Uganda. The law is to address the aspirations and the norms of people now. You get.
That's a very good message to many people out there, because sometimes there's rigidity.
Yes.
Because if I am a Muganda man, I grew up knowing and seeing that actually the man is the head of the house. If I get a good Muganda woman, she grew up knowing that the man is the head of the house. If you don't have a house and you're renting, rent is a responsibility of a man. Feeding is a responsibility of a man. Paying school fees is a responsibility of a man. And she'll tell you, but this is your responsibility, you're failing. Now, I also grew knowing cooking, washing, ironing is a responsibility of a woman. So I'm in my lane, you're in my lane. Now here, tumusime, asimwe, sorry, and the colleagues are saying, no, that is how our culture shaped us. But reality has come in, that I move out, I go to work. You move out, you go to work. Why should you say what you earn, sente ya chichala, therefore you hold to what you're getting, yet you're leaving me with this burden. But also the woman is saying we both go to work. Why should you still think I should do the washing, the cooking? If you're all from work, why don't we share burdens? Now that is where I'm seeing the conflict.
Yeah. So it's both ways. The awareness should go both ways, to men and the women in equal measure, to understand that there is a shifting that has happened. We can no longer be in these strict roles, that these are roles cut out for women and these are roles cut out for men. It's not the same that's happening now. So, you know, some of the things happened because of the times then. You know, men were supposed to go out there and hunt for animals. The whole day they are running in mountains and they are there in battles, fighting and coming back. When they came back, of course, women are home. Yes, they are home taking care of children and what and what. So those were times then. But it has shifted because now if we go back, if we start looking for the same standards that were here many years, some men even wouldn't marry. Because those days you had to be masicula, rugged, a lion has taken part of your cheek and what, then you are a man, should kill lions and leopards here and here. But men here, men are very soft, and you know you are soft, you have no money, you have no job, then you're seated in an apartment that this woman who works with an NGO, works with a station, she's working, and then you're there, they are paying your TV. You know, there's a man watching us, they are paying they have paid for subscription, the fridge is full of food items that he doesn't know where all this came from, and you're seated there, and then the whole day you're there, you've made application, there are no jobs, sorry, it's not coming through yet, but this woman is out there hustling, bringing all this. Now when she comes back, you want her still to peel, cook for you, and then go and have conjugal interactions, and wake up in the morning, make for you breakfast. Come on. You're living in which day and age?
Is it normal? Now, because we want the men there, these questions, we want the man to understand that times have changed indeed. And we want to eliminate all forms of gender-based violence. But we cannot eliminate them when we don't look at sharing roles. Because we have some roles that were tightened and hooked and ring-fenced, basing on gender. Now, here we are saying times have changed. But you talked of culture. Now, the other lion in the house is also religion.
Yep.
I'm a born-again Christian.
Okay.
I love the Lord, and I love, and I'm never shy to say that.
I love the Lord too. That's very important.
But when I go to church, women be submissive. The husband is the head. A woman gotten from the rib. There is so much preaching that has a specific area where it places the woman, and responsibilities as well, and the man where it places the man. Away now from culture. Now, I don't want to say, we always say Christ is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. How now in my faith as a man am I going to adjust in terms of roles? Because sometimes this is where the violence begins. You know, I come home, I'm expecting food. I want to believe even if you are at work, because cooking is yours. Now, yes, my mother, if she's in the house, the culture aspect, she'll ask, you're cooking? If my pastor comes, and sees me, say, brother, is everything okay in this home? Uganda, tekati gwafumba. So religiously,
religion.
Yes, religion.
Yeah, religion. Religion can be served to serve whatever purpose. I've read that Bible cover to cover, and there are very many scriptures there that uphold equality and rise and uphold women empowerment in many ways. But it depends on who is holding that Bible and what
the interpretation.
One, the interpretation, and two, where they come from. A Uganda man holding the Bible, who was told certain things, or whatever or your culture, where you come from, you hold the Bible. There's something called confirmation bias. So you're using the Bible to justify certain things. But there are many things that happen in the Bible. For example, now where the Bible says, men love your wives like Christ loved the church. You know what that means. How Christ loved the church. It's not a gospel show. But Christ would do anything. Christ washed the feet of the disciples. Christ gave the ultimate price of dying. So if Christ died for you, you cannot wash plates. You cannot wash clothes. You can't. And so if you cannot wash plates, but you can die, for a woman. So it's a matter of interpretation. In the Bible, I think there are 3 daughters of a man who had died in the Exodus, moving towards the promised land in Canaan. Now they reach, Moses is seated and giving out portions to tribes. And to tribe, then men, then their lineages. Then these daughters of a man who had died came, because now they had no man that their father had sired, so they are giving out their property. These daughters came up and said, no, we are children, we need our father's portion. They spoke to Moses. No, so the women who speak to authority have not started today. These daughters spoke, and yes, Moses gave them their portion. We have the Deborahs of the Bible. We have women of valor. We have I'm forgetting the name. The ladies that had money to care for Jesus and his ministry. So the Bible preaches quite. Actually, the Bible says, even if before you go for fasting, talk to your wife so that you agree. Because there are sexual relations that you signed up for. So there is so much equality in the Bible. But now this is a call to religious leaders and religious entities. Really, you cannot. The God is things like what God has put together, no man put asunder. Then there is this woman, they have been hacked, they have been beaten, they are on the point of death. So you're telling them, pray over this man. The guy has moved out of church, he's drinking alcohol, he's taking drugs. But you're telling this woman, stay in the church, stay in the home. You cannot report to police. So you're not serving the Lord.
So religion must also change with realities.
The religion should address the current situations. The God who loves a person so much cannot see them being beaten to death and tells them to stay.
Well, very interesting this morning as we look at the role of men as far as preventing and ending gender-based violence. Statistics are not treating us very well as a country. These are our sisters, these are mothers, and actually the main suspects here have always been the men. Not to say that there is no violence against men or gender-based violence against men, but when we look at statistics, for the men, it's a drop in the ocean, and for the women, it's very alarming, and we must end this. Now, allow me to go for a very short break. When I return, we'll still be discussing more regarding this topic.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Buza Kamiso now, enhancing tax education and bringing it closer to the taxpayers. Many Ugandans have questions about the taxes they pay to URA.
When we come at revenue, they tell us to clear Chitenge at 10,000. And when we are selling chitenge, we sell it at 17. So we don't know whether we are working or not.
Understanding your tax obligations can help you grow your business and avoid unnecessary losses. Now, you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Pick of the day on UBC.
Much for being part of the topic of discussion this morning, where we are looking at the role of men in prevention of gender-based violence. But allow me also quickly rush to something related to that, which is sexual reproductive health care. Now here we want to look at the components of this, because it's also one of the factors that really is very important as we are ending and focusing on how best we can see our sisters enjoy life as well. Yes, Tumsime.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sexual reproductive health and rights, some of the components, I'll break them down. They include seeking out the services, sexual reproductive health services as they are. They include family planning. Family planning helps us to decide how many children we should have, we are willing to have. It includes prevention of sexually transmitted diseases, like HIV. Like how do you guard yourself? How do you prevent? And if you have HIV, how do you live with HIV. It includes safe motherhood from before pregnancy, during prenatal, during pregnancy, then after pregnancy, the mother and the child. How do you take care of them? What's your role in doing that? In that, it also includes elimination of unsafe abortion in all forms. So it's a whole component, and we have roles to play in all that.
Well, now I'm very interested when it comes to the role of men, because reproductive health, one of the tricky bit of it is the element of child spacing, and it ends up taking us back to domestic violence, where typically well-groomed, well-indoctrinated African man would not rest until he has a son. Now,
Son here.
going back to realities, today there are women that are career-oriented. Maybe she had a diploma, she's going for a degree, she wants to go for a master's, her dream is to have a PhD, and childbirth is a challenge. Because it inconveniences realities. Now we're in the world of realities, where you say we have to focus. Now dilemma comes in. If you're not giving me a son, I'll look for a son outside. Forgetting their biology, that is the man that determines the sex of a child. That is another case. Another one say, for me, I was born the only, I need children. And says, I don't. Or on the other side, the woman says, I want to have more children. The man is like, there's so much on my back, I can't dare. So there, the role of men.
The role of men. So to begin with, for us to understand the role of men, we begin with the man himself, you yourself. Of course, this has also been given a female face whenever we speak about sexual reproductive health and rights.
Yes.
People look at, hey, this is a female thing. You know, so men have decided to take a back seat. But men, before having a role to play in the entire space, you also have on yourself, you as a person. So sexual reproductive health rights, you yourself as a man, what are you doing about yourself? Are you going out and seeking services? Our culture still has taught us men cannot go to the hospital until you're in your deathbed. Like they carry you. There are men who you tell, like you're sick, but for you to go to the hospital, your wife has to your wife has to call your father, call your mother, then threaten, call what? Yeah. Then for you, you're like, no, I have to go. Then you find them collapsing, you find them causing accidents, because most of statistics.
Actually, a man can be sick in a home, but takes other people for medication and has his own self-medication. It happens.
Yeah, so it begins with you yourself. You know, it's causing many accidents because some men are not well. Yeah, so because most accidents are human error. So you're a taxi driver, you are in office, you can't make right decisions if you're not well. So it begins with the man going out and seeking services.
Oh, tell you,
you get, but diseases, for you to get sick, it has nothing to do with gender. People, there's a very few number going to Mulago to seek. But now, if you look at the statistics of how many men get out after that, that's another.
Don't scare me.
Yeah. So you yourself seeking out services, because however much we treat, for example, sexually transmitted diseases, if your wife gets this, and you also have the same, however much we treat her, however much she goes, she comes back to you. So it gets back every time. So you as a man, the other thing is mental health. It's a component here as well. It's okay for a man to say, I'm not feeling well. It's okay for a man to say that I feel overburdened. It's enough. It's okay for you to feel vulnerable and go out and speak and say, like, I'm not well, especially in mental health. The first line of your help is your partner, your spouse, to understand that I think I am losing it. I'm depressed. I need help. So that whatever is happening in the home, they try to create an environment where like you can come back to yourself. So feeling vulnerable, men, like you sit down and tell your children, or you yourself tell your wife, go to the hospital and say, I am not well. Not necessarily the physical wellness, but the psychosocial wellness, the mental wellness.
Brought up battle-hardened.
Battle-hardened. That's why they are. That's why we're dying. We're dying. So the behaviors of going out to seek, seeking these services, testing for HIV. People are watching me, but for them, they know that they don't have HIV because their wife tested. Testing through girlfriends. Yes, again the way if you're negative, like, we okay. So it begins with you yourself as a person, because we can say you're wrote in promotion, but you as a person, are you well? Are you healthy? Are your organs functioning? Do you know, are you fertile? Men are fighting with fertility issues, but what they are saying, you marry this one, you marry this one. Now, because this young girl doesn't want to be pushed out of this home, they find a shamba boy, they find a neighbor to help you produce. Because if they told you it's you is the problem, you're going to batter and beat up everyone. Because maybe your girlfriend deceived you that
you have a child.
You have a child somewhere. Like, no, Nazara ko, low sperm counts. So the problems, those problems, like, do you know that you're okay? So you keep sending this woman, go for fertility test. Hey, then your family is also helping you. Chase this woman away, bring this one. You man, you're barren and what and what. But you yourself, have you ever tested to know that you are really performing?
So they find a solution for you. You
find a solution for you. Men are not functioning in homes properly, you know what I mean. But you know, those interactions, if you have a good environment, good talking environment, they can help you. A woman will help you. But now, because if they are trying to help you, like, hey, where did you learn this? Hey, where have you been? If you don't know, like, be helped. So what they do...
Well, time seems to be flying very fast. I've been enjoying so much what we are discussing, more so looking at the role of men. But unfortunately, time is fast spent, and we just have about 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
To come to the end of this lovely show this morning. Now, all said, what should be done? Because we must change our history. We must move away from living in the past. We must address the realities. We must set a better pace for generations to come. When we've eroded some of these trivial, small things that have been around for years. Remember one time a person visited and I was washing dishes. And almost the entire community got to know. But Moses 7, something I did out of love. So how do we change? They are small, but my brother, you don't know what it means moving in a community. People are saying, oh yeah, you're into a worker.
What's wrong with that?
Okay, so give us the way
Thank you. Men out there, you need to come out of this bubble and seek help. Do not medicate problems with drugs, alcohol, and other sexual partners. If there is a problem, like, come out. It's okay to be vulnerable. Seek help. It's okay. Then 2 is be promoters of human rights and especially women's rights. Why? Men really still have a voice in our communities. They still occupy very big offices in our communities. So your voice is really important in this. Men still listen to fellow men when they say certain things. So when you're passing around a stage and the border man is harassing a woman not saying anything, you cannot be quiet. You cannot just move on and be silent. Like, you need to stop. You need to voice out your concern. Men, be involved in your children and in your home affairs, especially what we call safe motherhood. A mother to give you good children, it begins before pregnancy. During pregnancy, go with this wife of yours for antenatal, those 8 times or what. If they're asking you for money, don't say send another what, because you want good children. Like now with Ambula, you also go and know, so that you bond with the child. Go in the labor wards. Men go in labor wards. It's not a space for only is for only women. You go and be there. After that, like, take days off, be home, care the things of your woman giving birth and sending them to the village. Then you are this way, then you're running around and doing stuff,
sending money.
You get, then be involved, then push for policies, push for policies. If government is putting taxes on things like pad and and pads, you cannot say that's a women's issue. Like, voice out, because these are our daughters that are failing to go to school because of mere issues like pads. So I call out to men, come out and speak out, be involved to stop GBV and to make sure that all of us, especially women, are enjoying their sexual reproductive health rights. Thank you.
Well, thank you so very much. That is Titus Asimwe from the Women Pro Bono Initiative. Thank you so much for your time. I've learned so much, more so when it comes to understanding that we are living in a different world. To what some of the things we cherish, hold on, cling on, more so as the men were then. They were very relevant, and today they may cease to be relevant.
There are no lions to kill of late.
We must support each other, and we must learn to do life together and move on. You lose nothing when you're a man and you babysit when the lady is doing something else. Let's support each other. In that way, we shall reduce issues of gender-based violence, because most of these turn out because of the rigidity on culture, religion, sometimes also lack of exposure, I must say. May the good Lord bless you. See you tomorrow. Have the best of your day. Good morning.
Thank you.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Pick of the day on UBC. Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000. Or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
The government's core mandate is to maintain law and order, safeguard citizens' rights, and provide essential public services.
Remember, one of the pillars of a roadmap is innovation and entrepreneurship.
There has been this question of how are you protecting our indigenous seed?
It's going to be a tall project. That answers somebody's question.
For the past 20 weeks, the Front Bench has brought you insightful discussions on governance, security, healthcare, justice, and commerce.
When you go through this complicated procedure, involve the lawyers, you bring the case against him, the judge will hear you out and pass judgment, and you're out of court in record time.
We remain committed to keeping you informed and engaged on key